Hey water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, those cross-watching. In today's reading, we're going to take a look and see why is it that you've met your person, okay? So whether you're still with your special person or whether you guys are separated, whether you're miles apart, whether there is an emotional distance, a physical distance, or geographical distance between the both of you, we just want to see, what is the reason that you've met your person. Nothing in life is coincidence. Everything has a purpose, and we want to see what is the purpose behind and the significance behind the both of you crossing paths. It is going to be a general reading, so please keep mindful of that. If you're after a personalized tarot reading, feel free to reach out and inquire. My email address is going to be listed below the video. Otherwise, I want you to take a moment, pause the video if you have to, take as long as you want. Think of your special person, and we want to see what exactly is the reason. What is the meaning, rather, behind the both of you crossing paths? So there's a lot of swords that have come up here so far. You may have been dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, or an individual who may have air in their placement, in their natal chart rather. But of course, swords are a weapon, okay? They can be destructive. And I'm sensing that there has been some pain that has stemmed from this relationship. And maybe there is a pain that you still carry. Okay. Okay, bottom of the deck you have Judgment, and below that you have Justice, which I actually find very intriguing, and I'll tell you in a second. For some of you, I feel like some of you actually are asking yourself, or you have been asking yourself, what is the reason that both of you have crossed paths if, all that you seem to have gotten from out of this relationship is pain, okay? Maybe it was a very painful relationship. Maybe the both of you have said things to each other that have been very hurtful, that have been very painful. Maybe yourself or your person has been using words as a weapon. Maybe, the fact that your person, that you're currently separated or you're currently disconnected from your person, that in itself feels very painful. The fact that you had to let them go, or they, you both went separate ways. It seems as though for as special as a connection as it was, there was a lot of pain to have come from out of this connection. For a lot of you, I do think this connection has been a very special one, and for as painful as it may have been, I feel like there was a lot of learning experiences that I'm seeing. And for some of you, even though you're at a distance from this individual, okay, maybe you guys are emotionally distant towards one another, maybe the both of you have went separate ways. Look, maybe it's been quite some time since you guys have seen each other, or since the two of you, since your paths have crossed. But I feel like maybe some of you, I feel like the reason why you had to separate here, or why you had to go, and take different turns, because I don't think it's either one of you getting lost, but I just think you needed that time to discover yourself. And I think the fact that this person, the fact that you cross paths with this person, I feel like they've played a very important, a very instrumental role in your journey, because I feel like they've shown a light onto some of the darker aspects of your individual self, okay? It's like they've come along and they've shown a light on some of the darkness some of the shadowy aspects of your personality or of your individual self, or some of the darker aspects of whether it's your personality, okay, maybe some of your flaws or some of your insecurities, some things that you need to embrace, some things that you have been concealing, you have kept hidden, but you need to embrace those flaws or those insecurities, some things that you see as a weakness, but it can really be turned into a strength. And I think that's where the whole pain aspect of it comes from, okay? Because I think, it has been uncomfortable, okay? When someone, shows you or shines a light onto the darker aspects of your individual self, or even the darker aspects of this relationship, it can be very jolting, and it can be very uncomfortable. I think you were meant to cross paths for several reasons, and I think it's just, I think for a lot of you it was very overwhelming as well, from what I'm seeing. And I can see that maybe this person has broken your heart, or it hurts for you to be away from this person, or it hurts that the connection didn't work out, or the connection is struggling. But I can see that this was a huge learning experience for you and for the individual that you were involved with, because I think, notice how there's so much multitude of swords and the multitude of wands here. I think it's from out of this experience, I think this person was meant to come into your life to teach you some lessons that you wouldn't have otherwise learned, or teach you some lessons that maybe were unteachable. Is that a word? I don't know. Maybe they, were meant to test you, okay? Push you outside of your comfort zone, push you beyond boundaries and beyond barriers, and, help you conquer obstacles. Test your resolve, test your patience. I think they also taught you things about yourself that you didn't know, okay? Your strengths, where your strengths lie, where your weaknesses are, how you can turn your weakness into your strengths. It's not to make or break you. That wasn't what the relationship or the connection was all about. I think it was to help you realize who you are, okay? Who you are at your core, who you are underneath it all. And I think this person was very much in tune, okay? They were very much in tune with who you are and who you're meant to be, okay? And I feel like once you comprehend that, for a lot of you, I don't know if I've said this earlier, but I do see this sort of, even though you guys are apart, I do see this distance being breached, this gap being closed. So even though you have crossed paths, okay, and you guys and your paths have went separate ways, I do think that the universe will conspire to realign your paths, okay, so that you may cross paths with this person again, because I do feel like there is some sort of unfinished business with your individual, okay? Whether the destiny of this connection has not been fulfilled, whether, the both of you have yet lessons you need to teach each other, teach one another, whether it's, things that you might need to, I don't know, whether it's things you might need to reconcile still, okay, or help resolve. I think there's still some unfinished business, whatever that may be for you personally. However, I think there are some hidden lessons that I think you still haven't quite understood, or you still haven't quite learned. And I think once you get the meaning, or the gist of those hidden lessons, I think things will start fitting into place like a jigsaw puzzle. Once you put one piece in, then the other piece fits, and then slowly, piece by piece, things start making sense. So for a lot of you, I think there's still a lot that I feel like you're yet to discover, I think, or even comprehend. Because I do think this person was very special to you, or is still very special to you, but I think there's still a lot of comprehending that needs to happen, because I think maybe you're still very fixated. Because because I'm getting pain very strongly in the energies, and I think maybe you're still hurting. Okay, maybe you're still hurting over, I don't know, the hurt that you've said or caused each other. Maybe you're still hurting on the fact that the relationship didn't work out. Maybe the odds were stacked against you, and I think you're so heavily fixated on that that you're not seeing, you know, all of the good things that have come from out of this relationship, or you're not seeing all of the lessons that were taught, okay, that were taught by this person individually, or, you know, the lessons that were taught throughout the connection, okay. And once you start sort of, you know, once you start healing the pain, putting yourself onto a journey of wellness, of, you know, healing the pain, I think you'll start understand, it'll start making sense to you more and more. Because I do, you know, I strongly believe that nothing in life is random, nothing is a coincidence. Every person that you cross paths with, every person that you meet, no matter how brief or fleeting, I think there's a connection there, okay? You're drawn to certain people, you're drawn to certain things, you know, certain energies for a reason. And I do think there's like so many, I feel like there's a multitude, honestly, so much so that it kind of feels overwhelming, you know, in just how big of a role this person played in your life. And also, like, it works both ways, just how big of a role you've played in this person's life. I do think maybe it, you know, it was a storybook romance that you've always wanted, or it could have been that storybook romance. Maybe if you've given it a little bit more of a chance, more of a shot. I think it was, this person has definitely awakened something inside of you that I think has been in slumber for a very long time. Okay, whether it's awakening you to your higher self, your true potential, awakening, you know, these new love, like these new emotions, new exciting foreign emotions that maybe you've never felt for anyone else. But I do think, and I think, you know, the role that they played in your life, I feel like that's still unfinished business. I think there's still a lot more that the both of you have to give to each other. But just understand, you know, trust in the divine timing, and trust in, you know, the connectedness of it all. Okay, guys, and these are your messages. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please show your support by liking, sharing, or subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thanks, guys.